Hi, for WSOU 89.5, I am Ben, and I am here with Crow Lotus today. How are you today, Crow?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Doing good, thanks. And Crow, you are the front woman for the band Capra, the metallic hardcore band, which is an interesting way to put it because, I don't know. I probably couldn't tell you the difference between metallic hardcore and hardcore, or,
No.
I mean,
It's
it's,
really, I think at this point, it's more just like a keyword to search for music by because it's like uh, our stuff is just kind of all over the place. And every one of my band members draws inspiration from like all kinds of different kinds of music. So
mhm.
it's just hard to put like one, specific label on it. But that's what we're going with so far. And it's been okay so far.
Yeah, because definitely, especially obviously promoting your new album came out in April 23rd, in transmission. Your first full length album, if I'm correct on that.
Yep. Yep.
And that album from start to finish, I mean, it's like a smack in the face, which is exactly what you want from a hardcore album, in my opinion.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
but like you said, you can tell there are some bits of, you can hear some punk kind of tones to it. You can hear more just like classic hardcore, or even just something that's completely out, and just it just makes everything your own, which is very, very cool. And and you guys are signed with Metal Blade Records and
Right, right,
Blacklight Media.
right. We love them. We feel so like lucky to be with them.
So was there like, were you trying to get with them before, or did you just like happen to fall into that, or
Yeah,
how would how
it was kind of like a matter of I know a lot of and with my last band we were just mailing a bunch of like press kits off, just like seeing who would bite. But with this particular group, we just knew we had something strong. Like the album, we were all super proud of it, and we were like, let's like go, shoot for the moon. Let's go for Metal Blade. Just hope for the best. We didn't actually put our cards into any other like we didn't like
oh wow.
try, right? We just were like, this is the one we want. We're gonna really, really just push for it. And we got so lucky as for them to actually want us. And it was kind of a process just because with the whole COVID thing,
Mm.
they were kind of acting like they were taking a pause from like signing and stuff like that, which is totally understandable just because nobody really knew what we were getting into. And
Mm-hmm.
whenever everything started kind of kicking back into gear, we were really, really lucky for them to reach out to us again, and they were open to having us. So
Well, that's good. I mean, and also for, so basically the recording of the album, did that start during COVID, or were you doing that beforehand? Because I know a lot of bands were sitting on music for basically the entire time and were now
yeah,
able to start pumping it out.
yeah, I think um we recorded it. It's my timeline is like totally, totally messed up. But we finished it, I believe it was in 2019. So I think that would have been the
That would
year,
have
right?
been right
It would have
before, yeah.
right before, right, right, right. So we
Yeah.
finished it just before everything kind of went to hell.
All right. And did you enjoy, obviously, you mean you already said you love the guys from working with Metal Blade, so that was a good
Right.
process and all that. Okay,
Yeah, they're
good
all
to hear.
super nice, super, super friendly, and just like all around cool people, which is great because I don't have to pretend to like anybody. It's just super natural. It comes very naturally.
That is very good to have, because if there's
Yeah.
always like some person you just like, oh, well, I'll be
Yeah.
nice, kind
Right.
of
Yeah, I don't have to
thing.
do that, which is great because that's exhausting.
And so far, like, at least from, we've been playing a couple tracks off this album on our station, and it's been getting a lot of positive
That's
feedback
awesome.
from it. And
So happy to
just
hear it.
thank you for making it for that aspect, because I'm enjoying it too. I mean, you have a new fan for sure, and me, that's for sure.
Thank you. Thank
But but in terms of like the expectations, were you expecting this? Because I know you guys were featured in some top lists for, with Sirius XM even,
you.
and
Right. Dallas
I
doesn't.
know, but yeah, and the not like one of the videos was up for like top videos through like the Not Fest social media pages and stuff like that. I saw that
Awesome.
too, and I mean that's incredible. I mean, you're already getting recognition from the top of
Right. We're
where you
so,
need to
so
get it.
grateful. Right. We're so grateful. Yeah. I mean, as far as like the reception, I don't know. Like I guess I tried to think about it as little as possible, and I was just gearing myself up for the worst because I know we do have a lot of like lyrical content that's, some people may be offended by. And I was kind of
Mm.
just expecting, I knew that there would be people that it would resonate with, but I also knew there would be a lot of people that weren't crazy about it. And I was just trying to tell myself, like, hey, you're happy about what you created, so that's all that matters at this point. If people like it, that's great. If they don't, oh well. I was just trying to be as positive as possible, so I'm so, it's more than I could hope for that people actually ended up really liking it. That's great. That's awesome.
And as far as lyrics, you are the primary lyric writer and all that?
Yep,
And
yep,
yeah.
yep.
So like inspiration from that, is it just like personal experiences, or is you drawn it from just I mean,
Yeah, it is.
because
As far as this past album, it's all been basically completely based on just experiences I've had. As far as like the next album, which we've already kind of like got in the works, I've been considering the idea of like taking more like a less personal approach and a more, I don't know. I mean, we're all like super into video games and like movies, stuff like that. So I might try to like pull a little bit more of that into the writing. Um just experimental things. It's kind of hard. Like as far as writing, I don't want to just I'm stuck in a spot where I don't want to just keep writing about the same stuff over and over and just, keep beating a dead horse. So it's kind of hard. So it's like, how do you stay true and authentic to like how you feel while still like keeping people interested? And that's kind of the point I'm at right now.
I mean, because I'm pretty sure the band, it's the name itself did come from a video game. It came from the Dark Souls series, I believe,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I haven't played it, I know plenty of people that do, and I'm just like, it's one of those things I haven't started, and I'm just like, I know I'm taking way too long to start, but
That take all the time you need, because it's one of those games where it's like, man, it just makes you kind of just feel so bad about yourself at first, but then it's like all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, I really like this. I really like how I feel right now.
okay, well, thanks for the heads up on that. But you guys earlier this month, you guys announced a full like U.S. tour for the most
Right.
part. I mean, I know you guys are coming around here too, and you guys being from you're starting off down in Louisiana where you guys are from, and I mean, is this your first like big scale kind of tour? I know it's only about like a month long, but
Right. As far as me personally, yes, like with previous groups I've done like little regional things, but I haven't been on like a tour of my own with a, like of kind of like of this caliber. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm a little bit nervous, but I have just been looking so forward to it. I know that Tyler, our guitarist, he's been on all kinds of stuff with like previous groups. He's like gone to Europe and, done the whole road thing. But for the most part, we're all kind of like babies to this. So,
yeah, because
we're excited but nervous.
You guys are playing St. Vitus Bar in Brooklyn on Monday, October 25th. So anybody watching this, you want to check them out, obviously go there. And
So excited.
That place alone, I mean, that has just that venue is just known for like hardcore kind of music and heavier rock and roll and stuff like that. Like I know Megadeth played, I believe it was Megadeth played a show there under a false name and just appeared. And so I mean, and yeah, and which I think that's the perfect kind of place for a band like you guys that are still relatively new, but you have popularity, so you have a gaining popularity. So and plus people I think will just turn up because it's a band playing at this venue.
Right.
And
it's cool. We're all super, super excited about it. It's like one of those things is, this venue you always hear about and you never really expect that like one day you're going to be on stage there. We're all totally, totally excited about the whole tour in general, but that show in particular.
And you guys are also, I saw on social media, you guys are also doing a tour in Australia next year. You're supposed to be.
At some point, right?
So
we got on with some Australian, New Zealand like booking agents and stuff. So not sure exactly when, but it's looking like maybe sometime either later next year or the year after. which is so cool, but also terrifying. I'm like so scared of flying, and then flying for like 24, I think it's like 24 hours altogether from where we are.
It's definitely far away, that's for sure.
Right, but I mean, which makes it all the more exciting.
Exactly, and that just shows that you're able to already, as a younger band, you're now branching out, you're going overseas and touring, and that's huge. I mean, I guess that is a perk with a record label behind you, but I feel like eventually you guys, with the way the music is, I feel like you guys could have gotten there on your own anyway, but you never, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
But you guys also did a few live stream stuff with, I know Slay at Home Fest, you guys had a set on there. I don't know. I saw snippets of it, just doing the research of it. And like, I think I don't know if was it just like a small little like 10-ish minute set, or was that?
I think it was like 3 songs. So it was probably around 10-15 minutes. Right.
And how is doing that? Because there's no crowd. It's just you guys, a bunch of people with cameras, and
it's a little awkward. So like, I know some of the people for Slay at Home Fest, like some of them just do it on their phones, and it still looks cool. We did ours with like a whole. I mean, we ended up wanting to like, you know, have the video later that we could kind of use as like a little mini music video. So we were like, okay, we'll just like go ahead and just totally like, you know, produce this really well. So it was just us in this like really bright room, and everybody's just kind of like quiet, like, you know, each person has their little job camera or sound. And then after we would play, after we would do a song, it's like we're so used after performing to hear like people cheering or just something, and it would just be silent. It was like so awkward, but it did come out really, really good.
Yeah, that one I was able to watch, and it was very well done. And I know you guys also, I know, I think it was sometime last month, Knotfist did their second round of, I believe it was Pulse of the Maggots.
Right.
And you guys did a live stream for that too, which is, I mean, you get like a name like that behind you to help promote you. That's always incredible. I mean, but you guys obviously deserve it. Don't get me wrong.
Thank you. Yeah, the cool thing about that one was actually like I discovered a lot of really cool bands watching that one too. Like there's this one band, Earthists from Japan, that was on that bill, and I've just been super into them. They were really, really cool. Had a great stage presence and everything.
I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. And also, you guys have put out 2 music videos besides just like from the current album. I believe it was
right, to actually like act it out and film music video. We have like a visualizer, but of like Samurai, I believe Samurai Carry, but we have 2 videos for Medusa, and the other one is for Locust.
Yes, and I caught the Medusa one, and that is a very interesting video, to say the least. Very interesting.
It's a weird story behind like the whole. I mean, the video just took so many turns. Like originally, the video for that one, I wanted to do something that was like just like a parody 80s like aerobics workout video, and like which is obviously very different from what it ended up being. We even had the costumes and everything. Like we were so ready to do this, and I don't know what happened. I think it was like a location problem or something, like we just couldn't get it worked out. So I had this other idea. I'm like really into kind of like old Italian like slasher horror films and stuff. So I wanted to do something that was like we could still do something in the vein of like a retro kind of thing, but I was like, what if we do like an 80s slasher? And where my whole idea was like, you keep seeing the band members get like, I get like murdered or whatever in different ways, and then you would find out at the end the killer was me, and that was just like, it was just some random like theatrical kind of thing I wanted to do. And then I don't know, you know, everybody put in their 2 cents, and we ended up with what we have, which is a lot different, but I am pleased with it, and I feel like they did a good job on it too.
No, they definitely did. And it's funny, the 80s workout video was clearly not what happened.
Right. Yeah. Very different from what happened.
But that leaves it open to do that later on, especially if you guys do have the outfits.
Maybe I should stop talking about it. So everybody will still have a chance to be surprised.
Was there anything in particular you wanted to promote or talk about?
I don't know.
Sorry
I mean,
to put you on the spot.
No, it's cool. I feel like where we're kind of at right now is just waiting. Like it's just a waiting game. Obviously we do have like a bunch of like really sick merch on sale, so we're always trying to push selling that stuff, and it actually goes pretty fast too. I get like the notifications for it on my phone all the time. I'm like, I get freaked out sometimes because I'm like, what is all this, like seeing stuff about money transfers, and I forget it's like, oh, okay, we have a banned account for like all that stuff. But definitely, I would definitely say if anybody hasn't checked out our merch store, to check that out too. And we're always like kind of brewing up ideas for new t-shirt designs and stuff. And actually I have this idea. I do a lot of like cosplay stuff, and I wanted to do like I was considering like a way that I can incorporate like anime or gaming and stuff into one of our t-shirt designs. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, just brainstorming.
That's cool. Yeah, and obviously, so your store, is it through the record label? Is it through you guys, like with the Bandcamp account, or is it?
I believe that the link we're still pushing is the Bandcamp one, so it would be capraband.bandcamp.com. Let me make sure. Hold on. I think that's where. Yep. And they kind of like, I don't know, some kind of way. I'm still like lost on all the technicalities of everything, but I think they like ended up setting that up for us and everything. So
okay.
So that's why it looks better than before. When we were just doing it ourselves, it looked like so bad. But
I have a few friends that have small little bands and stuff, and they have all their stuff on there, and occasionally you find stuff that's like, oh, they did a good job with that, and there's some I could tell like they have no, like I wouldn't know how to set up a website, so I don't blame them. Right. But it's just, but it's nice to have it done for you sometimes too.
For sure.
All right. Well, I think that's all I have for you today. Anyone watching, definitely check them out. You can find them on Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, I believe too now. Not that I have one, but well, yeah, definitely check out Capra and their album In Transmission. It is a great hardcore album, metallic hardcore album. And thank you so much, Crow. I hope I've been all right for you today.
Yeah, thank you. Yep.
All right, it was great having you, and have a nice day.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.